Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello and welcome to the presentation on the intricate topic of brain and emotion. Regulating emotions through understanding brain functions. My name is Gita Gayatri Oktora and I'm a junior high school teacher. I'm also a postgraduate student at UNINDRA and I'm pleased to guide you through our exploration of this vital aspect of human experience, which is brain and emotions. I'm excited to share insight and knowledge that I believe will be valuable for you just as they have been for me. I would like to extend my sincere thanks to Professor Dr. Mas Hadi Said, MPD, or Prof. Hadi, for the guidance and support in academic speaking class. Thank you, Prof. Hadi, for your encouragement and expertise. Okay, next slide is the outline. In this presentation, we are diving into the fascinating world of emotion. Emotions are essential part of our daily lives, influencing our thoughts, our action, our relationships. Together, we will explore what emotions are, which is the definition of emotion, the different types of emotions, and we are going to look into the key brain areas, just such as limbic system. There are so many parts of the brain, and we're going to focus on the limbic system. It involves prefrontal cortex, hippocampus, and amygdala. Those parts play crucial roles in how we feel and respond to the world around us. And by the end, I hope you'll have a deeper understanding of the powerful connections between our brain and our emotion in the conclusion part. Let's get started. Let's start. The first is the definition of emotion. Before I explain further about emotion, we need to be clear on its definition. Emotion is a complex reaction involving experiential, behavioral, and psychological elements by which an individual attempts to deal with a personally significant matter or event. According to APA, or American Psychology Association, emotions are conscious mental reactions such as anger or fear, subjectively experienced as strong feelings, usually directed toward a specific object and typically accompanied by psychological and behavioral changes in the body. So, emotion is a complex reaction involving those experiential, behavioral, and psychological. The specific quality of emotions, for example, fear, shame, is determined by the specific significance of the event. For example, if the significance involves threat, then fear is likely to be generated. If the significance involves disapproval from another, shame is likely to be generated. So that is the definition of emotion. Next slide is the types of emotion. There are two big category. There are two big category of emotion. The first one is positive emotion. The second one is negative emotion. And it is very important for someone to know how do they feel. Is it positive or negative? What emotion do they have? Why? So that they are being mindful of what they feel, what to do about it. Well, for the positive emotion, it is an emotional reaction designed to express a positive affect. For example, happiness, it appears when one attains a goal. Or an emotion of relief, it appears when a danger has been avoided. Or the emotion of contentment, it appears when someone is satisfied with the present state of their life. And for the negative emotion, it is unpleasant or often often disruptive feeling. The emotional reaction designed to express a negative affect. Negative emotion is not conducive to progress toward obtaining one's goal, and it includes anger, envy, sadness, and fear. As all of us aware, how do we feel what makes us angry, or when we feel anger, when we have anger emotion, what makes us angry. We normally we know what makes us angry. When someone hit us, maybe when someone stole our things, maybe. And for the envy, it is the feeling when we want something that someone else's has and we don't have it, we feel envy. And for sadness, we might feel it when we lost something or someone. We feel sad. We feel the emotion of sadness. And for the fear, it appears when we feel threat or fear of something happened to us. Even it might not happen. We're just anxious of the threat. Those are the types of emotion. Let's move on to the next slide, which is limbic system. Okay, for our brain, we have brain here, inside our head. There is our brain. We used to relate our brain with our skill to think. However, our brain has a system that controls our emotion and behavior. Scientists call it as limbic system. One of the system in the brain is limbic system, but it's not all. Now, limbic system, what is it? It is a group of interconnected structure located deep within the brain, inside the brain. It is the part of the brain that responsible for behavioral and emotional responses. However, scientists have yet to reach a consensus on the complete list structures that comprises the limbic system, but it generally consists of four parts. The first is hypothalamus, the second one is hippocampus, the third one is amygdala, and the fourth one is limbic cortex. However, all those four parts involve so many other parts of the brain. Let's check into the next slide. Still in the limbic system, there are different parts of the brain, as I've told you before. But in this presentation, I will only focus on three parts of the brain. The different parts of the brain has different function, and it allows us to think, to move, to feel the emotion, and take care of vital function like breathing and heartbeat. As I have told you before that we are going to focus on only three, we are going to explore each of them one by one. The first is PFC or prefrontal cortex. The PFC is a front part of the brain that is responsible for thinking, decision making, and emotion, especially in controlling impulses. It helps us remember things and focus. When we learn new things, the PFC changes its connection between brain cells. It allows us to adapt and respond better to different situations. Just like the image, the wise owl. The PFC is the smart decision maker of our brain, just like the wise owl. It helps us to think, to plan, to make wise choices. It's responsible for higher order cognitive function, just like an owl's sharp intellect. The next one is amygdala. The amygdala is an almond-shaped brain structure in the temporal lobe. It deals with emotion, especially fear, and it's vital for memory and motivation as part of the limbic system. As you can see the image, it is a guard dog. The amygdala acts like a guard dog. It always vigilant and alert to potential threats. Like a guard dog, it reacts quickly to protect its territory. The amygdala is responsible for processing emotions, particularly fear and strong emotions. It helps us to respond to dangerous or emotional situations, ensuring our safety and well-being. Thanks to amygdala, we can what is it? Prepare for next dangerous thing to happen. So we just like we cautious or we be very careful on dangerous things. Amygdala helps us to prepare on those. And the next which is the last, which uh, it is hippocampus. Hippocampus is she-horse shaped in the brain's temporal lobes. If you go back through the parts of the brain, the amygdala, and the next one is just like a she-horse shaped. Okay, so the she-horse shape, what is it? Part of the brain is hippocampus. It is crucial for learning, and it is also crucial for saving memory. It converts memory from short-term to long-term memories. And in a computer, it is a place where we save big memories, like a hard disk, a mother disk. The image here is a memory elephant. The hippocampus is just like a memory elephant because it's crucial for learning and saving memories. Just like how elephants have excellent memory and they can remember locations and experiences for a long time. The hippocampus help us to form and consolidate long-term memories. It acts as our brain's memory center, converting short-term into long-term memories and assisting to spatial navigation, much like elephants remember vast territories and navigate through them. That is hippocampus. And the last, okay, is the conclusion, and we come up to the conclusion. This brain, these three brain parts are like a dream team that keep us safe and helps us learn and allow us to handle our emotion and decision in the best way possible. The amygdala tells the PFC when we feel strong emotion, and then the PFC decides how to respond it. The hippocampus helps us to remember how we felt and what happened so we can learn from our experiences. When we learn something new, the PFC and the hippocampus work together to store it in our memory. Sometimes the amygdala might react too strongly, making us feel scared or anxious, even when there's no real danger. But the PFC can step in and calm down the amygdala, reminding us that everything is okay. On the other hand, when we face challenges, the PFC and hippocampus work hard to help us find the best solution and remember what we have learned. By knowing the function of the brain and how it works, for example, which part of the brain that controls which emotion, we can then mindfully know ourselves more, and at the same time, we may know how to wisely regulate our emotions, especially the negative one. We can communicate and calm ourselves when we feel anxious or scared or fear. If you know the movie of Inside Out 1 or Inside Out 2, the movie shows exactly how emotions in our daily life, they are alive and they can take control on our life. What is it? Switching their jobs. If we give our uh, what is it, day to sorrow, we will feel sad all day. But if we give joy, the feeling, the emotion of joy for our day, we will feel joy for the rest of the day. So that's all that I can share today. I hope the material in this presentation is beneficial as I found it valuable in my own life. Thank you for listening. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.